Good evening, everyone. I am Mark, your fat friend.
And I'm James, your black friend. And that is.
I'm Tyrus, your fat and black friend.
And this is the Fat and Black connection.
Squared.
Fatter and blacker, y'all.
Where we talk about anything and everything.
Well, as long as it's interesting to us, of course.
Naturally. And speaking of interesting, James, why the hell is Tyrus here?
Oh, because it's getting close to the end of the year, and you know what? It's Thanksgiving. So
you're sure as hell thankful for Tyrus, huh?
I am very thankful for Tyrus.
Wow,
and
thank you.
I would so we had to bring him on tonight because it is a Thanksgiving episode, and we are family.
Many years between us.
Show enough. Kiss my Converse. So, as in the title of our broadcast, this is a live and interactive broadcast. Tyrus, can you tell the folks what that means?
That means that it is Wednesday, November 23rd at 8:03 p.m. Right now, we are live, and you guys can hit us through whatever you're watching us on: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, you name it. One of those platforms you're watching us, and you can actually comment. And if we like what we see, we can actually get derailed and start talking about what you want to talk about.
It's very true. It's happened before.
Man, he sold that a whole hell of a lot better than you do, James. I keep thinking we might have to bring in a new black.
Don't say that.
So for the millions and millions of viewers watching around the world right now, we appreciate you. We are thankful for you. We don't do this show for you, but we're thankful that you're there. So we do this show for us. Maybe that's part of why we haven't taken over the internet like wildfire. But
right.
And to start off this episode, unfortunately, we're going to start off on a bit of a downer. But I figured let's do it. Let's get it out of the way. Really quickly, let's talk about Jason David Frank, who passed away this last week. White Ranger, Green Ranger, many other Rangers.
Dr. O.
Red and blue, I think.
Yeah, he was red. He was red in Zeo, and I don't remember him being blue, but I know he was like red throughout the rest of the series, whatever that he was in.
Yeah, he from all accounts sounds like he took his own life. It sounds like he'd been having a bit of a roller coaster for the last little while, going through divorce and dealing with other personal life issues and stuff, and kind of sad because he was also, I believe, I had heard he was in recording a movie, Legend of the White Dragon is what I believe it was called. And so I obviously I don't think that film is going to probably ever see the light of day at this point now.
Yeah.
So Power Rangers, big in my youth. I'm the youngest one here out of the three of us. And I don't know for the two of you how much it impacted, but I remember watching Power Rangers pre Green Ranger, and when he came in as a villain, and it was
flipped the script.
Yeah. I was in the 6th grade when Power Rangers debuted in the United States.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
and Tommy Oliver came in. I want to say it was season 2, and
right.
I thought the guy was just the baddest guy on the planet. Come on, let's just talk about my favorite Green Ranger moment. Just hands down.
Yep.
They're in the Megazord, and Tommy Oliver was like, you know what, bump this. He goes in the Megazord, claps all their cheeks, and throws them out of their ride. Like, he carjacked them.
He carjacked the Megazord, bro.
Style, bro.
He jacked the Megazord from him.
Oh, man. That is my favorite all-time Green Ranger moment right there.
Yeah, I can remember vividly, as a kid, I had the Megazord, the toys and everything, and I never got the Dragon Zord. Always wanted it, and I always wanted the damn little sword that he
We-
played on a flute almost.
My brother had the flute,
Yeah,
and he had the White Ranger sword.
yeah. White Ranger, the Tiger Zord, that was cool too.
Tiger Zord was money, and like I remember when like just what the movies, the very first Power Ranger movie. It was Power Rangers the movie. Yeah, that's what it was. And man, I just remember the Zords in that movie were so killer, and that White Ranger suit was flashy, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then he did a bunch of stuff. I don't know if you've ever heard of Bat in the Sun, but he was actually in the ones like that had the Green Ranger in them. He did a couple other ones with them because he was actually a very good. He was an actual martial artist.
Mm-hmm.
So so a lot of the stuff he did was actually real. And man, so like when I heard about this, like I think I saw it on Tyrus's page first, and I was like, wait, what? And then like I went on Twitter and I saw a thing, and I was like, yo, wait. And then I Googled it, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And and that was, childhood was man.
49.
Yeah.
Tyrus,
and like my brother said,
closest one to that. How's that feel?
Oh man, this one kind of stung a little.
Yeah, like my brother said, this one hit different. This one definitely hit different.
Like out of the majority of celebrities and stuff, and from my childhood that's passed away, I mean, this one is sitting up close to Chester Bennington. Those are like Chester was that hurt me so bad. So like
I remember that one too.
Yeah, and I actually had tickets to see them in 2 months. My first time to see Linkin Park. Yeah, so I was hurting. But this one kind of stuck. It stuck hard. I just remembered all my favorite stuff from Power Rangers, and just to know that Power Rangers was his first big thing. Like they said, he had almost no acting experience, and the reason why he got the job is because of his martial arts abilities.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, like the dude was pivotal in Power Rangers. I mean, he was the longest reigning Ranger.
Yes.
I mean, he went from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers all the way up to Turbo. Then when they started doing all the other stuff, he ended up coming back as Dr. Tommy Oliver, and he did that for a couple different ones. And then like
there was that big reunion that he was a part of too.
It was the Rangers in Time or something like that. It was like it was like a bunch of the Power Rangers from all Mighty Morphin through Mystic Force, all of them. And they all had there was a Red Ranger episode too. It was
all the Red Rangers came back, and then they had Jason come back. And
yeah. So I mean, like it's one of those things. It's like, man, like he was very pivotal. I mean, just events that he would end up going to as the Green Ranger, White Ranger, whatever. And so, like, yeah, he's gonna sorely be missed, man.
Yeah.
Well, with that, I think it's time to have a drink.
I'm really not supposed to be doing this, but I will have one drink.
Oh. Yeah.
To the Green Ranger, White Ranger, Tommy Oliver, Jason David Frank.
R.I.P.
Yes, sir. If I had a drink, I'd...
Speaking of which, I am drinking Good Day Soju, watermelon flavored.
Okay.
This is 13.5% alcohol by volume. Soju is a Korean drink. It's kind of think in line with, your sakis or...
Okay. So it's a Korean, like, is it a wine type?
Koreans would describe it as a vodka, but it's not really a vodka.
It's a rice wine, isn't it? Rice made from rice?
Well, sake is, yes.
Okay.
Soju is not, but very similar. But this is quite delicious, and as I stated, watermelon
Well, next time I'm in Reno, kick some down, sir.
And I will drink this whole bottle before the evening is out. So,
Well, that one little shot of Cabo Wabo was all I am having because I cannot drink right now.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, you don't want me loopy on the show, guys.
Could make it entertaining.
Hey.
No, medication is brutal when I'm sober. So.
That'll be a YouTube exclusive right there.
So for this next little area that we're going to be talking about, I just have to start it off with me singing "Guess Who's Back." Back again. Bob is back. Tell a friend. So we were talking about news breaking this last week, and this hit on Sunday, and I picked this up right away. I'm a prior and soon to be again Disney stockholder, shareholder, and I keep up on a lot of the Disney news. So as soon as this released after the Disney executive meeting happened, it hit the wire, and I about crap my pants because didn't see it coming. I mean, everyone and their mom who has been following Disney for the last 999 days, which is how long Chapek lasted.
Oh, that guy was awful.
For anybody who's been really following along here, this is like the stuff of dreams to an extent. Bob Chapek is and has been terrible for Disney.
Bro.
He for the last 999 days has had nothing but a downward spiral in this company. And Bob Iger, probably I would say, is the second best CEO probably Disney has had, and that's only to Walt Disney himself. I mean, under Iger, we had the purchase of Star Wars.
Yeah.
We had the purchase of Pixar. We had the purchase of Marvel.
Oh, that was all him?
Yeah.
Man, I thought Michael Eisner was dope.
And I apologize, not Star Wars. He purchased Lucasfilm, so
Lucasfilm,
not just Star Wars.
Yeah.
So and obviously we had major expansions worldwide with the parks.
Yeah.
Just overall, I mean, Disney Plus was of his, brainchild, so to speak. Happened under his watch. So there are so many things that he was good for, and everybody was very downtrodden when he left, but it made sense. The guy had done his time. He'd spent well over 20 years in the company.
Mm-hmm.
And as is with any major corporation, you have to have a succession plan. You have to be able to pass off. And he had groomed Bob Chapek to be his replacement, but evidently not long before Iger left, they had some kind of falling out, and I'm guessing it probably had to do with the direction Chapek was thinking about taking the company. Because, so needless to say, Iger's back. He has signed a 2-year contract, and Disney fans around the world rejoice.
They all rejoiced.
Everybody come out because the sun is shining just for us. Everybody wake up into the morning into happiness. Hello, world.
Okay. Enough with the whiz.
Yeah, you guys should be singing that, not me.
Just 2 years though.
Brand new day. Can you feel?
Well, that's his contract. His contract is for 2 years. I would suspect he probably doesn't want to do it much longer.
No,
he
after 20 years, bro. I mean,
he was ready to retire. He was ready to be done and go do his, ride off into the sunset kind of stuff.
I think they begged him to come back.
Well, and I think anybody who works for Disney and has a true appreciation and respect for Walt Disney and the company and everything, I think he's not just doing it for money. I think he's doing it to protect
the brand.
Yeah.
What he's built.
Yeah. Well, what he helped
build. Yeah.
What he continued building.
What I mean.
Remember, it all began with a mouse. So let's be clear. Speed of which, did either of you happen to watch that special on Disney
Not
Plus?
yet. It's in my
to watch list.
My watch list, yeah.
I'm having issues with Disney right now, so I haven't watched anything on Disney in a minute.
Like, you're upset with Disney, or
No, so initially I joined the D23 club or something like that, I think it was called, and it gave me access to Disney Plus prior to everyone else, and I had like a 3-year contract.
yeah, I had that. Or I have that.
So mine, they expired. So mine finally expired, and I tried to update it to the bundle so that I can have Hulu and ESPN and Disney as well.
Yeah.
But I am not being given the option to do that right now. So I'm trying to figure out why they aren't letting me upgrade to the bundle from what I have, because I only have Disney Plus right now.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
But so now they're giving me the emails and stuff. Oh, you're lapsing, and we're gonna cut you. And I'm gonna be like, give me the bundle. Like, I just give me the bundle. I'm ready to go. But until then, so I'm thinking I might just let it lapse and then just start a new contract, or start a new subscription, and hopefully they won't ding me too bad for it.
Well, I will say, if you have the chance, watch the special. I really enjoyed it. I will tell you, I was a little bit teary-eyed, if you will, in the first 2-3 minutes of it starting. It just, Disney for me, it holds that special place in my heart. And of course, they started off the film, the documentary, if you will, with kind of some brief images of Mickey and throughout the years, and then of course they go to Disneyland and they show these shots of like these little kids running up to Mickey to give him a big hug. And I just had that experience at Disneyland with my little kid, and that actually happening. So of course it like got me right away.
Got you in the feels, huh?
But I will say, I think the documentary it's really well done, and it's extremely fair. They touch on topics that you might think Disney would try to protect themselves from, such as there were some of the early Mickey shorts where there was one specific where Mickey did blackface, and they touched on that, and they talked about that. There were things that they could have avoided. There were Mickey being a chauvinist a little bit with Minnie and stuff in early ones, and they could have avoided that, but they didn't. And I really respected the fact that Disney allowed these documentarians, I don't know, what do you call them, to make this film. And it was really enjoyable. It's a little over an hour and a half. It's good, and it will get you in the feels at least probably 2 points, I would say. So if you haven't, give it a watch. If you have, you already know what I'm talking about. So,
yep.
And speaking of Disney news, rumors abound today and yesterday that there is the potential that part of Bob Iger being brought in was to potentially sell Disney to Apple. This is not the first time this rumor has come out about Apple buying Disney or Disney buying Apple. I haven't seen anything that leads me to believe that this is any more true than it has been in the past, but it is making the rounds again. And so therefore is interesting to me and worth talking about.
I don't know. I don't know how I really feel about this. I mean, I guess Disney buying Apple would be one thing, but I mean, like, I don't know.
It's almost as equally big company. I mean,
I don't
Disney
like. Yeah, I just
Anaheim.
don't like. I don't like the idea of Apple owning Disney.
I mean, Apple is that powerful, bro. I mean, it is a possibility. I mean, I work in the Bay Area, and Apple runs Cupertino, and they are bleeding into San Jose. So
Disney
have they finished the spaceship?
Anaheim,
Orlando and Anaheim and Paris.
Have they finished the spaceship?
The spaceship?
That's been done for years.
Oh, that's been there.
I haven't actually.
I
only saw
the
it
campus
designed for
that campus. Yeah, that was finished years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I just never. I remember when I was working at FedEx office, there was somebody brought in it was supposed to look like, because I guess they worked for Apple, and I was like, what is this? And they were like, this is what the campus is supposed to look like. And I was like,
It's like a big bowl.
like I said, it's a spaceship.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It'll take off eventually.
Someday. Well, Tyrus hasn't seen this yet, so James, I think you have every right to pull his card if you would like.
No, I have a good reason. For those of you that don't know, I was in a collision at work. So
Oh,
I'm
when
on
when
the
was
mend.
that? When did you get into that accident?
Thursday.
Thursday. So a week ago, yesterday from tomorrow. So the 17th, right?
Yes.
And
movie
Black
came out on the
Panther came out on the 11th. So you had 6 days prior. You could have seen it. And 2 of those days you are fully off from work. So, James, I think you have every right to pull his card.
You do not. You do not. For the fact of the matter is, I had already stated that I would not be watching Wakanda Forever during the first week. I did not have time to do so. I'm not just a bus driver. I'm also a mentor. So I am actually working on my days off sometimes. I had the collision. I was planning on watching it last weekend. I had the collision and I'm on meds. I can't sit for a long period of time without my back and neck acting up. So it's just, plus the meds that I take for my back spasms kind of floor me. So I don't want to fall asleep during the movie.
Hey, I got a great idea. You know what you can do? You get a seat in the back corner of the movie, and then you go ahead. If your back it's starting to act up, you just stand up in the back. Nobody will see you.
And when you stand up, you just go like this, and everyone would be like, respect.
Yeah. Because
they will call me a creeper every time my back spazzed up. I threw the Wakanda Forever.
I'd be like, hey, respect that man right there. But like honestly, like you need to see this movie. It's phenomenal.
I have been told that it is really good. My roommate went to see it as well, and
it is better than the first one.
I had this dude at work telling me that he was telling me all like the basically internet troll. You know how they are. Like, people will find something wrong with this movie. Like he was like, oh well, there's one guy who saw it. He was it was a Mexican guy who saw it, and he said that there was some racism. It was like racist towards Mexicans, and then like there was men who saw it and it said it was all about women. I was like, bro, I went to see this movie and I came to him the following day. I was like, what are you talking about? Like everything you told me was absolute. I did not see. Well, again, I was going into it already excited, but like, I kind of had this stuff in my head and I was kind of like looking for it. And I was like, I don't see any of this stuff.
There was the initial racism. I mean, not racism, but sexism part put out by the people that don't like the Black Panther, that say it's a terrible franchise. You know, those people. They were their argument on this one is like, oh, there's no men in the trailer. It's all women and this and that. And we're
there's
like,
a lot of men in this film.
Did you not see M'Baku? Like, come on. And then, like in the first movie,
God,
what was that? What was the first movie? Oh, the first movie's complaint. They were crying black on black crime. So, what? Which is like, what? I'm like,
because
Killmonger, Civil War,
because Killmonger tried to come back and reclaim what he felt was his birthright.
Well, not just that, but you had the
reaching.
You had the big Wakandan almost Civil War.
That's true, because you had the
Dora Milaje
versus versus who I don't even know what with the rhinos. That was crazy. I rewatched Black Panther last week or something like that, and I was like, yo, I almost forgot about that whole fight with the rhinos coming through, just tossing people. I was like, yo,
But yeah, I am excited for this movie, and I do plan on watching it this weekend. My back and my neck are feeling better.
How
Not as
about your other, my neck, my back, my.
Oh wow,
no,
wow!
no,
Calm
those
down,
are
calm
He set it
down.
up. He set it up,
Yeah.
friend.
my body is feeling better than what it did on Thursday and Friday and that whole
Man,
weekend. So
bro, I'm glad that I mean, honestly, I'm glad you were in that bus because otherwise that could have been really even worse. But man, just the fact that that bus got as damaged as it did was crazy.
The fact
So,
that she survived
yeah,
is so
that
lucky.
too.
you want to know? I mean, we're not going to put the picture up or nothing, guys, but just to give you an idea of what happens, I'm driving a 60-foot bus, traveling at about 30 miles per hour, and I got rear-ended by a GMC Yukon at about. She was estimated at about 60 miles an hour. It actually gave me whiplash. And
Crazy.
I tried to go back to work this week, and the doctors won't let me because I don't have full motion in my neck. So
Well, yeah, that's
it's
kind of important.
unsafe for me to work. But she hit another car or hit his mirror, then she hit me, and then she crashed into one of those transportation rigs.
The ones for like
And
cars and stuff, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I actually, when I got everyone situated on my bus, I walked down the street back to her because that's how far I went. I went like down to the end of the block. And I got to her car. Oh, he's putting it up. So yeah, that bumper is pretty much, it's big, thick, and indestructible. And well, the indestructible part is not factual, as you can see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's her car.
Yikes.
As you can see, the back end of that rig is in her car. It was actually in the dash. And they said that if her car were any smaller or if she were any bigger, she would not have survived. They said if I were in that car, I would have been dead.
Yikes.
So yeah. So I've been off work since Thursday because of that accident. So
man, I'm telling you, bro. Drive safe out there, people. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Stop trying to kill fat and black people. It's not okay. It's not.
I'm okay, people. We're good. We
Yeah,
are
he's
okay.
good.
All right. I'm not about that business.
It's a part of transit. It is, it's not my first collision and it won't be my last. So,
well, it's not your fault.
I'm not trying to, hype that or be excited about it. It's just a fact.
Yeah, I understand. It happens.
Well, anyways, go see Wakanda Forever. It is amazing. There are a couple of moments that were kind of shocking,
mind blowing.
Yeah, and I firmly stand by it. I think that Wakanda Forever is better than the first Black Panther. But with that being said, I also didn't think the first Black Panther was as good as everyone else seemed to think it was. I thought it was good. I won't debate that. I just didn't think it was as good as all the hype. I think this one is better than that. So,
well, I think, like I said, I think it was one of the, like we talked about this before, and I said, I think it was one of the first times in, recent history that it was an all-black cast. That's what made it so special. I think one of the things for me, what made it was an all-black cast.
Except for Martin Freeman.
Well, yeah, but taking place,
Ulysses Claw.
Taking place, a lot of it taking place in Africa, and it was like a good light. It's like, because anytime, a lot of times we see stuff about Africa, it's always like the poverty and things like that. And this was a very thriving nation. This was, a very technologically sound nation where, science was big and the women were the bodyguards. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, I think that was, plus it was a great continuation of first meeting T'Challa in Civil War. So it was a great continuing point. And so yeah, I'm just saying, I think it was like that's one of the reasons I think Black Panther was so amazing. But yes, I agree with you. Wakanda Forever was definitely it expanded on that, and like people were like, some people were talking about how they it was like disrespectful to Chadwick Boseman. I was like, what are you talking about? Like they did enough. I mean, just the way the movie started, I was kind of like, it got me a little bit, but like it was one of those things where they paid respect to him, then moved on. Then so they had this story, and then they paid respect to him again towards the end of the film. So it's you can't don't focus on what you think it should be, because when he passed, it threw that whole production into a spiral, because they didn't really know what they were going to do. Plus the fact of the matter is that they didn't know, like, the fact that he kept that quiet even though he was in pain at moments in time, that's crazy. And so the fact that they gave respect to him and still gave us a phenomenal film it's like, just go see it and you will definitely understand. Like, it's phenomenal.
Well, I'm on both sides of the fence about that. I do appreciate the respect that they're giving Chadwick Boseman on the whole not recasting T'Challa. I respect that, but in the same sense, how many Batmans have we had? How many Supermans have we had?
But here's the
They've
thing:
continued the story.
I understand that. I get what you're saying there, but at the same time, is that if you recast somebody to play Black Panther, like trying to be T'Challa, it wouldn't. I don't think it would have worked. Honestly, I don't think it would have worked, because we had him established. We had him established in Civil War, and then he became more established once the movie came out. So trying to redo that, you can say the Batmans and whatever, but those stories were constantly different.
But they were reboots though, so they can always do that.
Is Tyrus trying to compare what Marvel does to DC?
Because you can't.
Because first of all, every single iteration of Batman, aside from Batman and Batman Returns, and aside from the Christian Bale trilogy, all of them are standalone. So you have Batman, Batman Returns; those two are in a sequence and go together. When you then look at Batman and Robin or Batman Forever, those are two individuals standalone. The only thing that connects those two films is if Alfred and Dick Grayson. Otherwise,
I said they could reboot it. That's what I'm saying.
Why? Why would you?
Why would you? You already have these movies that are like established.
This is why I'm on both sides of the fence. Though.
How does that feel, though? How does that feel to have that fence jammed up your butt like that? Because I mean, get off.
I'm just saying. You know
painful,
what?
Bro.
I'm just saying.
Really
I don't have enough of Black Panther. I want more of King T'Challa. I want more. That's it.
But even in the comics, it's not always King T'Challa.
I know. I mean, look at how many X-Men have we had?
Tyrus.
Being real.
I need
you. How many? There are two Professor X's, right?
Hold up. Right? I'm gonna need you to hush it real quick. I'm gonna need you to tell you this.
What?
Go see the movie. Then you will understand.
Yeah, stop being a hater and get off the fence.
No. I'm saying no.
He needs a timeout. So
yes, yeah, timeout. Because if you see the movie, I need you to hear me. Because I know you're off screen, but you can still hear me. I need you to go see the movie. Then you can come talk to me. Because then you will understand. So, Mark, you can bring him off timeout.
No, because I want to say what I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Too,
oh, please, by all means, go ahead.
I think if Marvel starts rebooting itself in any way, if Marvel Cinematic Universe, because he's trying to go off on some tangent about the X-Men, that was Fox. That was pre-Disney buying Fox.
Right.
Also under Iger, by the way. So if Marvel Cinematic Universe starts rebooting its own people, its own characters,
Right.
It's going to start to crumble just as much as DC is garbage. You can't do that, and so you have to deal with the cards you're dealt. And to an extent, sometimes that means you have a character die in real life, and you've got to play that out in the film. They could have ignored it. They could have just moved on and not even addressed it.
Yeah.
But I think I agree with you that the way that they handle it in the film is appropriate. And I think recasting T'Challa is a terrible option. I think that loses the character. And our dam checks in, and Tyrus, he's telling you need to simmer down now. So I think you've been in timeout long enough. I hope you've had a second to maybe have another shot of tequila or whatever. And are you okay there? Are you good?
Okay, Brian said y'all.
No.
No.
I think
y'all. I think he said all. That's all.
No. I'm saying I'm thinking that really is aimed at you to simmer down now, because you have lost your ever loving mind.
And it's simmer down now.
I will
simmer down.
Stand by my words in saying that I really want to see more T'Challa. At least the parts where he's married to
you'll get to see some more T'Challa in the film. So
go see the film. Go see the film.
You know what I mean. But I said, I'm on both sides.
Hey, you never know. He might have signed a deep fake contract, and he might come back to life in the film.
You never know.
Never know. Unless the family gave permission to
James Earl Jones signed over the rights to his voice to Lucasfilm.
Yeah, he retired. So yeah.
And
he retired.
You know who else did something? Bruce Willis also did something like that.
He
signed over his rights to his likeness
because of the disease. Well, the disease that he currently is dealing with, which will basically break down all his kind of motor skills, speech, and all that kind of stuff.
I would only assume that T'Challa would be in the spiritual plane to move Shuri on, because she takes the role of Black Panther, and that's just
does
how
she?
it goes.
Does she? Are you sure?
Go see that. Go see the movie.
It's in the trailer, Mark. It's in the trailer.
Hey.
Just because she's wearing a costume doesn't mean that it's official.
No. The last trailer that just came out, it showed her face.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what I'm gonna need you to do? Yeah. I'm gonna need you to shut up and go see the movie.
I second that emotion.
Then you can. You guys, then you can come talk to us about it, because I think your mind will be blown.
Before you criticize me more, just say, hey, we're happy that you are feeling better, and now that you can go see.
I've already said, hey, listen, I told you that in pre-show. I told you that in pre-show that I'm glad you're okay. But here on the show, I'm gonna rip you apart.
But that's my excuse.
Well,
that is my excuse.
What you're not having to hear is every day my kid asking me, "Is Mr. Tyrus okay? Is Mr. Tyrus okay?"
Hey, that text that Jen and Reagan sent me just melted my heart, bro. Yeah. That your daughter is just precious, man. So thank you for that.
All right, let's move on
and let her know I'm okay.
So Midnight Suns, a video game that is coming out on all platforms, not just PS5 for crappy whatever they do over there at PlayStation, release games on their own system. Wow. Marvel Midnight Suns is coming out here on all platforms and PC here in the near future. And they are doing something not unique. This has been done before, but they are doing it, of course, better than anyone else. And they are releasing these prequel shorts. We didn't talk about this one last week, because last week we did one topic, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But they have released 2 episodes. This one was Hell on Wheels, which revolved primarily around good God.
Did you just say Daredevil?
What's his name?
Yeah. Ghost
Rider?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, this week's was primarily around Blade. Both, again, short. They're, around 5 to 10 minutes a piece. Very enjoyable, and I think are well establishing the storyline for what you're going to expect in the game.
I think the main thing is I'm gonna have to just go back and watch all of them one after the other. Just watch the whole series.
Sure, I guess you could do that. They do have recaps at the start of every episode. So
Yeah, but that doesn't like if you miss the first one, it kind of doesn't help. It doesn't help you really because like I missed the first one and I saw the second one and it kind of threw me and I was like, huh? And so now I need to go back and watch the first one so I can move on and enjoy the others as well.
Well, like I said,
speaking of Blade, you hear the movie has a new director.
yeah, there seems to be difficulties going on with and there seems to have been some issues with Marshall Ali as well in regards to him being a little bit diva-ish from what I've heard.
Well, the script, the rumor said that the script was written poorly, and
he wasn't having it,
and he was just not having it, and he threw a fit at on the direction that the movie was going, and he threatened to quit. And
well, and I think part of it had to do with the fact that he was not happy about Wesley Snipes being in it, and so I think there's that too.
What?
The rumors that I've read is that
that.
the first draft of the film included Wesley Snipes' Blade involvement.
Oh wow!
All right.
Oh, wow, that would be crazy.
But anyways, the one of the directors from, if you've ever watched Lovecraft Country, which I enjoyed, on HBO, that director, I can't say the name properly, Yan Demange or something. I can't say the name. Forgive me for butchering the name.
No worries.
The director from Lovecraft Country is taking over the role as director, and they are starting over. So I am definitely excited for that.
Oh, so they moved it back then?
It sounds like it's still targeting the same timeline as original. It doesn't sound like there's necessarily going to be any delays.
Wait, was it 23 or 24?
They're saying, I just pulled it up. They're saying September 6th, 2024.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I think that's when it was originally scheduled around anyway. So it all works out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
You know, it takes a minute for a new director to come in and start picking up the information and everything.
Well, I mean, especially if they kind of ditch the script, then that you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anyway. And speaking of films, but a film that is actually happening, and we finally got a teaser trailer for, which I was very excited to see.
Yes.
Elemental. It's we talked about this when they first dropped the teaser of the title, but we didn't really get anything else except for in the graphic it kind of explained, it showed like water and fire, and finally in this teaser we get a little bit better understanding what that means, and this is your classic Romeo and Juliet, I'm guessing.
Just sort of. I think it might have, yeah, because I mean, you know, fire and water really don't mix, so we'll have to see how that all works out. But then, you know, there's also there's the earth and the wind. Yeah. So I mean,
now what I didn't see and I was a little bit concerned about was Heart. Where was Heart? Because I feel like
it's not Captain Planet, bro.
This is Avatar: Last Airbender, not Captain Planet. Okay, get it straight, bro.
What, Mati from South America?
I thought maybe their powers might combine and bring forth Don Cheadle's Captain Planet.
Oh my god!
Wow. Yo, that one was stupid raw. Like if
I love that.
You haven't seen if you don't know what we're talking about, go look up Don Cheadle Captain Planet.
Funny or die.
Yeah,
I think he had a blast doing that.
I'm sure he did.
So hilarious.
Because that was out of pocket, just craziness out of pocket. But no, I'm actually because I remember we did talk about this. I think this was after was it D23 when
they first dropped the image pre D23, but that D23 was the first official logo. And
so I mean, like it's very interesting to see, like Disney and Pixar is probably one of the greatest creations, just because of like the stories. They don't halfway do any story. You know, like they make sure. I mean, like this was probably in the works like 5 years ago.
Oh,
you know, easily 5 years ago. They're like, you know, when we see these movies, when we finally see these movies, these have been in the works. I went to Pixar. And there's a lot of open area that you can see. But then, like in each corner of this building, for in the main building, where they have like their cafeteria, their film room, not their film room, their theater, and all their awards and all that kind of stuff. There's pretty much backstage areas, and you cannot go there. And like I don't think they have the titles up, but you can kind of catch kind of glimpses of what they're working on. And I'm telling you, like they were working on stuff that didn't come out, until like, a couple years ago. Probably they were, at the time I went, they were probably working on probably finishing up Coco, maybe stuff for what's the fish one? Luca.
Say Nemo?
No. Oh, they could probably been working on Finding Dory at the time. I don't know. But like I'm telling you, like they're constantly working on stuff. And then they also have the shorts that they do, which are very involved as well. So I mean, like, yeah, this I love what Pixar has been able to do, especially with Disney behind them. So,
well, anyways, getting back to the trailer, I enjoyed the trailer. I actually particularly liked the animation style. It is different than I think what we're used to seeing out of Pixar, and I'm really just from the brief, minute 26 seconds or whatever this trailer is. I'm really interested to see some more because, like I said, to me, the animation style was so much different than what we typically have seen from them. And so that has caught my eye right away.
I like the world they've built. You already get a sense of this world just in just these few minutes. It's the same. I get the same kind of feel of them giving me this world as I did when Disney did Zootopia. How as soon as that trailer drops, you got a glimpse of the world, and you're already like, okay, I feel it. This one is the same way. You're already wrapped up in this world, and they're on just like a subway train. Like, it's not even a whole lot going on, but they're on a subway train, and that's what kind of kicks everything off. So,
agreed. Tyrus, any thoughts?
I am doing research as you guys are speaking, and I'm like looking up Elemental, and it actually does look interesting. I actually want to check this out.
Fair enough. Random topic. So my wife had been saying that when pretty much since we've moved to this new house and my new setup in here and everything, that I look too dark, that, not I'm too dark, but that the room, it looks too dark when I'm doing these shows. And so she insisted that I get one of those ring lights.
Yeah.
And so I've been playing with it, and you guys saw earlier, and it's interesting because I can go to the brightest, whitest white and kind of wash myself out.
You are so white, bro.
Illuminate, bro.
You are white.
Yeah, right. Or I can bring it down, but I still think like at the brightest white, it's not a good look.
That's too much.
I don't even turn mine on, like.
And then I can go orange where I look like I've got a really bad tan. But I feel like it's probably somewhere in around here is what's about appropriate. So, random topic. I'm moving up in the world. I've got lights now, and I've got high.
It's horrible. I know, bro.
What is it?
Looks like you got some kind of fog around you.
Yeah. I mean, like that. Like mine is like that's the other end of the spectrum, and then like this one, and so
a black guy against a white wall, it just works.
Yeah.
How you feeling, Mark? Getting a little rosy over there, sir.
That's just the light, bro.
Yeah, it's just the light, bro. Well, to be fair, part of it is I do have a space heater in here. and I had it on until recently. I just turned it off, and so it's darn near 80 degrees in this room now because I forgot to turn it off sooner. But yes, I will say that I am enjoying my good day
Hey,
soju
turn the bottle a little bit.
watermelon.
Turn the other way so I can see behind the label. Oh yeah, he did work on that bottle for sure.
Oh yeah, I said I'm going to finish this before the end of the episode. Yeah, you drink your vitamin water. Woo! So
Meds, bro, meds,
bro.
hey man, I think it's just a wonder trip if you have some meds and some.
Hey man, I'm telling you, it would have been probably good Instagram stuff
for sure.
You know, I've already gotten one timeout, and you don't want to get me on another one. I'll start talking and getting in my feelings and let me be tame, you know.
Speaking of getting into your feelings, this Saturday,
War Games.
So this is a topic we generally don't talk about here on Fat and Black Connection, and that is wrestling. But I am so excited for War Games. This is the first time in WWE on its main roster, if you will, that they are doing War Games. It has been done on NXT a couple of times, and this is an old school match that is from the WCW days.
Yeah.
The only difference, and I'm actually disappointed about this
WCW.
I would prefer if they did it more like WCW, where it's 2 rings. Each ring has cage around it, except in WCW days, the cage was over the top. Yes, it was closed. It was enclosed. Where in WWE, they don't do that. It's an open top, so you could climb up to the top and jump off. And I get why they've done it.
There's been some crazy stuff that's come off the top of that thing, though. I mean, I've watched all the War Games matches that NXT had, and they've been absolutely ridiculous, like good ridiculous. I've enjoyed them all.
So you've got 2 rings, right? And you've got 10 competitors, right?
Yep.
5 on each team. Yep. 2 men start every 5 minutes.
3.
1 person. Is it 3?
3.
Did they
the first one's 5. The first one's 5, and then it's 3 after that.
Okay. But it's only 1 person from each team. So there are points where there is an advantage for one of the teams.
Right.
And so, obviously we know that whatever's going to happen has already been predetermined, but it is still entertaining. It is still engaging. Yeah. The fact that we are going to see the Roman Reigns led bloodline.
Man, are you guys feeling a little oozy or what, yo?
I'm feeling a little oozy. I'm feeling a little broody personally, but
I cannot wait, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy, because the fact that KO is back, joining up with Drew McIntyre and the Brawling Brutes, I think it's gonna be a hell of a fight. I was actually thinking that their 5th man might have been Brock Lesnar, because he has had so many dealings and issues. Yuck. I'm just saying it would have made more logical sense for it to be him than it would be for Kevin Owens.
No, but they actually made a good point about Kevin Owens, because
they did finally on Monday night.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I think I'd much rather Kevin Owens than Brock Lesnar. But we all know how I feel about Brock Lesnar.
Yes, and we also have a women's match, War Games, which I really don't care about, frankly.
No, well, I'm a fan.
Yes,
I'm a fan. Bianca Belair. Mia Yim is back. That was it. Oh, wait. And then
I miss those matches of Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair, man.
Who's going to be the 5th? Is it going to be Sasha or is it going to be Becky? Because I've heard both.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, Becky could come back, but I was thinking maybe Naomi, but I'm not even sure about that.
It will not be Naomi. It will either be Sasha or it will be Becky.
Either way, I'm okay with that.
They're still on the roster, so.
Well, no, but apparently Sasha Banks took all her WWE stuff off. I think she was just been going by her actual name now on everything.
Mercedes, yeah.
But
she's also an actor, so it's. It could be that. It could be part of her contractual obligations or agreements.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't
true.
know.
Now, I do got
But
to say, I am a little bit disappointed in the Survivor Series overall, in
but
that there is no Survivor Series match, no traditional Survivor Series match. We have a 4-on-4 with, you know, 3 men and a woman mixed tag, if you will, that's taking place.
wait,
Uh,
what are you talking about?
oh, that's right. They scrapped that and decided to just go with a 1-on-1 between Finn Balor and AJ Styles. That's right. Originally, that was going to be a 4-on-4.
Oh,
Yeah.
mm,
Uh, but we have no traditional Survivor Series match, which I am extremely disappointed in.
I can
Uh,
understand that, but
I would have been fine with there just being one, you know, however you want. It could be mixed tag. I really don't care, but I think you have to have. I mean, it is the Survivor Series after all,
right. So
and you've got a triple threat for the United States title, which I again really don't care much about.
you know what though? I'm not gonna lie. Like I've never been an Austin Theory fan, but the way that they have now directed Austin Theory, I'm kind of liking it. But you know me, I like Bobby Lashley. Um, back in the day when he and then you know he came back and I was really excited by that. But yeah, like I'm kind of I don't know. Tyrus, I don't know how you feel about. I'm kind of over Seth Rollins at this point. I mean, I still like him, but I'm like, yo, I'm kind of over this, over the character wise.
His current character, you can't sell it to me. I want the architect back. Just putting it out there. He's not the architect right now. He's Seth freaking Rollins, and you know, trying to be like Elton John with his flair. It just doesn't work for me.
No, he I mean, he has zero swag, bro. The guy has zero swag. Like, but like the fact that he's like people are, and that's the thing. I guess if you push something hard enough, people will buy it. And I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not feeling it too much.
I'm not feeling Seth Rollins at all. But for Austin Theory,
yeah, I've never, like I said, I've never been an Austin Theory fan. On me. Yeah, but like this past couple weeks, it's definitely been like I was like, okay, I like this. I'm feeling it.
He's really young.
Yeah.
And he's up and coming. So the reason why they're giving him so much attention is if you sit there and look at it, look at these young guys that came in and just made a name for themselves. Like, for instance, Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Really young and came in, and Randy Orton was kind of looking like Austin was. Austin, well, he goes by Theory, but
no, he's back.
No, he's back to Austin Theory.
I mean, he is. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, he is. I'm sorry, he is. He kind of reminds me of a young Randy Orton.
I can see that.
When
very brash, very
when John Cena, not ruthless aggression John Cena, but but when he brought on his
word life,
yeah, trying to be a little thug running around, you know.
No. Remember, that was the doctor of thugonomics. Yo, hey, listen. Just side note. When they brought him back at WrestleMania a couple of years ago, I was super juiced. I was really hoping they were, but then that was just a one and done thing. I was like, yo, that was worth it.
But Austin Theory, in my opinion, needs a new gimmick. Like, he's just Austin Theory. That's what he is right now.
The thing was, it was the selfies and everything else, and now he's not coming out with the cameras. He's not coming out with his phone anymore, doing selfies and stuff. He is just good out. He's going out there getting business done.
That's why he's growing on me.
You know who else is getting annoying to me, which I don't know what they're doing with him at Survivor Series, but Baron Corbin. Ever since, like, I liked old Baron Corbin, like when he was the lone wolf Baron Corbin with the long hair and everything. Then when they did the Constable Baron Corbin thing, I was like, I'm done with you. Now this Happy Corbin, garbage. Absolute garbage.
That is all
But
Vince McMahon.
but now with the whole JBL thing, with he's the modern day wrestling god. I'm like, bro, what? Get out of here. Baron Corbin is garbage. But I mean, yeah, I guess they're trying to do something with him. But anyways, Mark, you have any feelings on that?
What? No. I just wanted to talk about War Games, which we did.
Sorry. Yeah.
So no, it's good. You know, we should maybe start another podcast where we talk about wrestling, because I do think there is an audience out there for that. It's just not this one. So that's why we don't talk about it too much.
Yeah.
But I know we enjoy discussing wrestling.
Yeah.
But one of the things that was brought up throughout that conversation that I wanted to talk about is, did either of you happen to catch the live world streaming event, the Elton John farewell concert?
You know what's funny is that, because that was the same night as another premiere that we'll talk about in a moment, but I tried to watch it, and for some reason my stream kept cutting out. I don't know if it was just the cable box, but I saw like some of it, but it kept cutting out, and then the other premiere started, so I wanted to make sure I listened to that. And so, but I want to go back and actually watch the whole thing all the way through.
Tyrus, did you happen to catch any of it?
Not at all, sir.
I will say I'm not like a huge fan of Elton John. I enjoy Elton John. James, you and I have talked about this before. He's a good piano man. He's nowhere close to Billy Joel, but he is a good piano man. I think I got through the first 15 minutes. And I just couldn't do it. It was too much. I was like, what is he singing? Like, I know the song and I know the words of the song, but I have no idea what he's saying.
Yeah, my friends that went to see him in Levi Stadium said that he had a good show. I mean,
it was entertaining. What I watched was, there were fireworks and there was imagery, but just hearing him, listening to him sing, he played extremely well. The music was very good. Him singing mostly it was not, obviously he can't hit some of the notes he used to be able to.
That's why it's his farewell tour.
Everything is down a key or two or three. But I could not understand him. I felt like I was watching a Michael McDonald concert. You know what I mean? Like it was. No, go watch it. Go watch the first 2 or 3 songs, and if you can make out more than like 2 to 3 lines of lyrics, I'll be impressed.
Yeah,
because like I said, I know the songs, especially the first 2-3 songs he did. I know them. When he did Rocket Man, like,
you think he was drunk or maybe a little high or something?
I think he's a 76-year-old man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is farewell tour. It's been a long time.
Yeah,
it's been a long time.
Yeah, I think it was a double-edged blade, because it was nice to see someone who has done so much musically.
Yeah.
And yeah.
No, sorry. I was trying to show it.
Maybe he's forgotten the lyrics, and that's entirely possible. Maybe he has. I think it's less likely that, and more that he's just decrepit and old. But stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
Oh, Sir Elton John.
Sir.
Good luck. Good luck in retirement. So long. Farewell.
He'll
Thanks
be back.
For all the fish.
Yes, Guardians of the Galaxy. Not Guardians of the Galaxy.
Hitchhiker's
Guide to the Galaxy.
The dolphins. So long. And thanks for all the fish.
So James referenced it this last week. There was some pretty big activity. We've been heavily involved for almost the last year working on this product, and that's right, folks. Murphy's Inc.
It's live, baby.
We
yes, sir.
This last week was very heavy, and even this week has been very heavy. We've got so much going on with Murphy's Inc. right
Yes.
now, and for those of you that don't know, I'm the showrunner on Murphy's Inc. I've been doing this thing for almost a year. For those of you outside of the business, showrunner is the guy that, or the person that is overall responsible for the product, making sure that it ultimately happens. James has come in as a producer. He's been very involved and helping out. Tyrus has actually recently joined the writing team and helping writing for season 2. So that's a lot of fun. And Tyrus is also a voiceover actor. James is a voiceover actor, and I'm also a voiceover actor. And I'm one of the people really helping to shape the overarching story of the entire show.
The Murphy's Inc. universe is growing, people.
It is. We're up to we have a total of 9 writers right now.
Yes.
We've got 4 on the producer team.
Yes.
We've got a composer who has
amazing,
who did season 1, has agreed to come back for season 2. We've got an amazing audio designer who is doing season 1 and is going to come back for season 2.
Mind blown.
So we've got, and pretty much everybody in the cast that has been involved has agreed to come back for season 2. So, and we're going to be looking for new people. But with all that being said, this last Sunday night,
Sunday,
me, I was on a show called Pop Culture Kaboom, and it is a worldwide broadcast radio show that has. It is heard by people all over the world. And
tell them where, Mark. Tell them a couple of the countries.
Well, obviously the U.S., but Canada, Mexico, UK, India, Pakistan, Indonesia. There were quite a few countries in the top 10. Top 10. And so it's an interesting show. So it's a 3-hour broadcast once a week on Sundays. Where they talk about what they call the 7 pillars of pop culture. They talk about comics and movies and so on and so forth. And it's an interesting show. I enjoyed it. It's very similar to a lot of the content that we talk about. But
toys and stuff. And
yeah, they talk about toys and like new products, and we do too occasionally.
Yeah.
But they do it every week, and I like what they do over there. I enjoyed Jimmy, who's the host of the show over there. I talked to him, but I got to go on the air and talk about Murphy's Inc. for about 10 minutes. We talked about the show, and this show, Pop Culture Kaboom, was our lead-in for the world premiere of episode 1 for Murphy's Inc., which did make its world premiere on KMVC 95.1 Carson Valley Community Radio. And it also streamed on knvc.org for a worldwide audience. And we had a really good turnout for people listening to the show. We actually were the highest rated show on KNBC that whole week. So nice. we did a very good job. And that was just episode 1, and episode 2 airs this Sunday. However, from a podcasting format, episode 1 drops on Friday at 8 p.m. Yeah. So for those of you that missed the live airing, so to speak, you will have your opportunity to get it in podcast format on every podcast player out there that I could find. And if I missed any, let me know. But yes. I think I got just about everywhere. Yep. And it's going to be good. It's going to be a lot of fun. Pop Culture Kaboom was a good time. But some of the news that has already broke that we can share here as well is the title and synopsis announcement that was made yesterday. So the season synopses for Murphy's Inc. A time-traveling relic collection agency is put to the test when a high-profile client appears, bringing alongside a tight deadline. Murphy's Inc. must use all the resources at its disposal to get the requested item back. It's a tough ask, but veteran agents Michael and Daphne didn't sign up to fail.
Doom, 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 doo, 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 doo. Oh,
All right,
yo,
Puff Girls.
yeah, right over there. And, but anyways, but the first episode 1 is called "You're New Here," and the synopsis: a wealthy client hires Murphy's Inc. to track down a lost family heirloom. And then episode 2, which is coming up this week, is about this time. I'm sorry, about this machine. My bad. And then that synopsis is the team makes the final preparations for Michael and Daphne to jump to 1890,
1980. 980.
That's what I say.
Bro. You said
What'd I say?
1890, bro.
Dang, I'm tripping. Sorry.
980 Norway.
I'm just making up stuff. Yeah. Sorry. Let me do that over again. So the team makes final preparations for Michael and Daphne to jump to 980 AD, Norway.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So
wow. Just making up stuff.
Evidently. So yeah, it's been fun over there. We also I have given myself permission to share here because I feel like we deserve some world premiere stuff because I am the EP over here and there, so why not? And that is the art that will be used for episode 1. And here it is.
Oh, wait.
Is that Stalker?
Kind of looks like it. So that is the cover art for episode 1 that'll be used.
Oh, wait.
And yeah. So world premiere of that. And so if you are going to be listening in podcast format, if you go to murphysinkshow.podbean.com, that's where you can find links to every podcasting format, all the major ones, iHeart, Samsung, Google, Apple, pretty much everything. But if there is somewhere specific that you really like and you can't find it, let me know and I'll make it happen. Yeah. So with that being said, I was really excited for Murphy at its premiere on the radio. I'm even more excited for the premiere in just 2 days, less than 2 days now.
2 days, Black Friday.
Yes, on Black Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific. You can listen. It will be dropping, and it's for free.
Something you won't have to buy.
Yes. Again, almost a year's worth of labor, time, passion, energy going into this thing to finally get it to air. And seeing some response, getting some feedback from people. That's part of it, and it's very finally fulfilling. And I think we're going to see some good numbers come Friday. Our Facebook page for Murphy's Inc. has grown exponentially. We're well over 200 followers now, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's pretty darn good.
Yeah. It's a start.
Yeah. For something that technically hasn't really made its way out there for easy access for everyone. Because while knbc.org exists and you could have listened to that live broadcast, the only way you could have listened was at 9 p.m. on Sunday.
Right.
So with this, it'll be on demand and you can listen to it anytime you want.
And like, like if you have friends in other places, tell them. We've put stuff out there on Facebook. We put stuff on. We have Murphy's Inc. Facebook page. We've put stuff. 97 to 9s put their has put
97 to what?
Oh jeez, it's been a long day. 90. We're contractually allowed. We have to give them shout outs now at least once a show.
We're contractually what? Yeah, I'm the one drinking. What the heck is going on?
Contractually obligated. to mention them at least once a show now. But yeah, no, stuff's on that page. There is stuff on our page, of course, Fat and Black Connection. So yeah, anywhere you can get into Murphy's Inc. If you want to know anything, let us know. We love talking about it because it's been like Mark said, it's been part of our lives for like the better part of a year now. So,
well, one of the things I didn't mention that we actually did last week on Sunday before it had its world premiere on KNBC was we actually did what we call a listening party for everyone involved in the show could come. The actors, the writers, the producers, anyone that was involved with the show, they could have the opportunity to come online and listen to that first episode. And it was a good turnout. There wasn't as many of the individuals that I would have liked to have seen, and I get it. Other people have things going on. They've taken meds that are making them pass out and fall asleep.
Come on, bro.
They have to work. There's I get it. Life happens. But we did do that. We actually kind of did it the way we do the show, where I broadcasted through Restream to kick out to the Murphy's Inc. YouTube page. So just for a little taste of what that might have felt like, I figured let's play the first minute or so of episode 1.
When the things you seek have been lost to time, look no further. We can go get them. We're Murphy's Inc. Murphy's Inc. is not responsible for time paradoxes, historical retaliation, or other risks related to the delivered artifact. Any inquiries regarding the company's liability or tax information will be answered in time.
History is a novel thing, a tale handed down through the ages from less than reliable people. The cunning, the strong, the winners. We pore over ancient ledgers, third-hand accounts, and maybe even find a half-rotted relic so far from its original glory that it's almost insulting to imagine it being held by one of our ancestors. And all this for the foggiest picture of the past. What we wouldn't give to see it with our own eyes.
And it looks like we're getting spammed over on YouTube, so that's always nice.
Yeah. I was like, what the heck?
However, for anybody that's interested in finding private dating chat girls, I guess you can do that. So that was the first, little over a minute or so of episode 1. I hope it got your taste buds.
Your fancies.
Yes, a little bit. And you'll be able to hear the whole episode, all 33 minutes and 26 seconds of it, tomorrow. Or I'm sorry, Friday.
This Friday.
Black Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific.
Yes.
On your favorite podcasting platforms. And as a matter of fact, at that same time, episode 1 will be rebroadcasting on KNBC. So if you're in the Carson Valley area, you can listen to it on 95.1. And if you're not, you can also listen to it on knbc.org.
Yes. So it was a good time.
Yeah. So ultimately, I'm very excited to start seeing the numbers. We're going to be launching the webpage for Murphy's Inc. here shortly.
Let's go, people.
So we've got big plans for this thing. So we hope you enjoy what we're working on. And now it's time for Brian to tune out, because we're going to talk about something that is near and dear to the three of us, and a lot of fun to be had.
Cruise.
So Norwegian Cruise Line is having a Black Friday greatest deal ever sale. And frankly, this is the greatest deal I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Second guest free. Obviously, there are some limitations there, but that's huge, huge. And if you're wedding planning, you could always go on this cruise, and we could do the wedding on the cruise. I could marry you. I am an ordained minister.
I also am a licensed officiant. Yes.
Yes. So just saying,
tag team wedding.
Yeah. No excuses. You if you're planning a wedding, maybe you shouldn't be going to Tokyo.
Yeah.
For Disney. Just saying
about that.
This greatest deal ever. This is huge. Second guest is free.
Yeah.
The other part of that is free third and fourth guest. So if you've got if it's James, if you've got 3 buddies, y'all go get a room, the 4 of you pay in essence for one and split it 4 ways. That's pretty cheap. I mean, obviously you got to pay taxes and gratuities and stuff for each person, but still that's crazy cheap.
Huge.
Huge. Huge. And especially when you look what I'm about to show you, which are as of when I ran this, which was just before we came on the air, the current prices, Brian, just saying you could get a balcony room for $8.99. That $8.99 is per person. However, it's second person's free. So $8.99.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And Brian asks, what if my second guest is my conjoined twin? Do I have to pay for 1 fare or 2? Well, first of all, you don't have a conjoined twin.
And if you did, how we haven't seen.
It's one body, man.
It is one body.
Yeah, I would say it's one body, and so therefore one person. But ultimately, look at these prices.
One body, 2 minds.
I mean, an inside room. If you wanted to do this thing on the dirty cheap, right?
The dirty low.
$489.
Hypothetically.
Like that is crazy low. And so this is kind of the last call for the group, because on December 1st, our personal cruise consultant, Terry, kind of has to shut down the group. So if you are interested in joining this thing and getting some of these huge discounts, and man, this is the time.
As the Sugar Hill gang said, jump on it.
Indeed. Because it is a good time to sign up. And for those of you that don't know about the cruise, Brian wants to let everybody know the tickets to see Leah Michelle on Broadway are only $5.99.
Hard pass.
That's for like less than 3 hours of entertainment. Or you could go on a 7-day cruise to Alaska.
Wait, hold on, Brian. What is she in?
Does it matter?
A little bit.
Bro, Glee. Glee. That's just about it, man.
No, I want to know what show she's on Broadway in, but. Yes, but let's talk about what could be. Oh, garbage. Never mind. She already did that on Glee, so it's all good. But anyways, let's talk about 7 days of cruise over, like, how long is that show? Like 2 hours? Whatever.
So Alaska, 7-day cruise on the Norwegian Bliss, Glacier Bay, Skagway, and Juneau from Seattle, Washington.
Booyah.
And you'll notice that they're not even including in the header
all the other stops we make.
Well, there's only 2 other stops, one of which we're only at for about 4 hours. So
3. They reduced the time by half an hour, which kind of sucks. But
so we've got if you haven't, please go back and watch some of the episodes that we've done in the past, specifically on the shore excursions. Go to YouTube. I have those ones out there specifically. Yeah. But just really talking about the 7 days, 5 ports. One amazing vacation. Hey, we're getting hit up again on YouTube.
Oh, wow. Spam, bro.
Wow. Sexfind.biz. New adult dating chat free.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of hit the block on them, guys.
Yeah.
So
we've got our cruise itinerary, we're going to leave out of Seattle, Washington at 5 p.m. That is the time the ship is leaving the dock. You can get on board a whole heck of a lot earlier than that. And especially for those of us in the Haven, we're going to be getting on and tipsy a whole lot earlier. Sunday is at sea. We'll be just cruising, making our way up to Juneau, Alaska, where we'll spend Monday. Tuesday, we head over to Skagway. Wednesday, that's going to be a fun one. We're going to be cruising around Glacier Bay. And guess what else happens on that day? This guy turns 40.
Welcome to the club, sir.
Yes. So we will be living it up. We'll be hitting up the steakhouse that night. So that's going to be a fun one. And then on Thursday we head to Ketchikan, and Friday we wind down, heading back to stateside almost, except we'll make a slight detour in Victoria, British Columbia.
That makes it international.
Indeed. And then finally rounding out in Seattle, back where we started. So, you know, from a price perspective, these prices are crazy right now.
Yeah.
And steak sounds fire right now. Yes, it does. And you should join this cruise, and you could come to the steakhouse with us. So we've got April 15th to April 22nd is when we're going, which it's crazy because when we first started talking about this thing, it was over a year away.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about a little over 4 months away.
Yeah.
So ultimately right now, an inside room, $489, ocean view, $799, balcony, $899, spa room, which includes the spa pass, $1409, club balcony suite, $1109, the Haven, if you want to ball out like me, $3279. I'm sorry, $3729. And for those of you that don't know, the Haven, it's an exclusive area. Only Haven rooms get access to, that has its own pool, its own hot tubs, its own private patio kind of area, its own private restaurant, private bar. It is first class. It is the creme de la creme. So
sounds so gross.
This whole ship is creme de la creme. I've already been on it. It's the best ship I've ever been on.
Did you ever stay in the Haven?
I have not stayed in the Haven.
Okay, well, I'm a ball out, so you have fun down below, friend.
Man, we are.
Knowing that you don't spend as much time in your room as you think you would be, then yeah, okay.
It's not about the room.
I will be jealous at the private accommodations that you have. But other than
the butler I'll have.
Yes.
The fact that my butler will bring my breakfast to my room every day from my private restaurant. Mike Aftius, who is a friend from Secrets of Heritage House, also worked on Radio Story Hour. I ain't been on a cruise yet. Looks like a lot of fun, but I heard they got 5G towers on them things too. Shaking my head. Even when we get away, can't get away from those millimeter waves.
I will answer that, and that is not true. 5G towers does not happen. When you're out at sea, your phone pretty much shuts down. You're at the liberty of them and what they have, and when they say they have fast internet, it's more of dial-up speed. It's the truth, guys.
It's like 14.4.
They're well, I'm not gonna say dial-up anymore because it was a little better on the Bliss, but how our phones are 5G now, you take that about 4 steps back, and that's what you got on the ship. And it's not great. Like, the internet's not that great.
Whatever.
Yes, I have gone on a cruise. He has gone on a cruise post-COVID. I went on a cruise on the Carnival Mardi Gras last October, and that was one of their newer ships, one of their first mega ships, and it was the same thing. It's not the greatest internet connection, phone connection whatsoever. They want you to pay for it, and you well, actually, if you go on this cruise, you might be able to get some internet for free. So,
especially if you're a part of our group.
Yay!
Yeah, but there's no 5G towers on the ship. There's no way it would work at all. So yeah, that's a rumor.
Does have to be connected to something. Like, I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. Whatever.
Obviously, I of course want to talk about the dining on this thing.
Of course.
Fat
gonna be fat.
Naturally, Ocean Blue, that's their seafood restaurant. We've gone over this.
Gone over all of these, yeah.
So please go watch our videos. I'm not going to go in detail. We went over the entire menus, literally reading almost every single menu item.
Yeah.
So go check those out. We talked about the a la carte restaurants as well as the included. And so Ocean Blue, that's their standard seafood restaurant. Los Lobos, Mexican. Food Republic, this one's kind of interesting. It's a little off the beaten path. It's sushi and what they call Food Republic, where it's just kind of eclectic. You'll
is that have, one of those? Is that one of the free spots again?
No, that is not. None of these are the free spots right now.
Oh.
The local bar and grill, that's a 24-hour kind of pub style eatery. Teppanyaki, which James, you've mentioned you really want to head up.
Yeah.
The American,
really good. It's really good.
The American Diner, which of course I'll be hitting. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you're staying in the Haven on the first day of the cruise, you actually have the option to eat at the American Diner included. You can eat in the Haven, or you could eat in pretty much any other restaurant that's included, but you can also eat at the American Diner for included. So I'll be hitting that up on day one. Cagney Steakhouse, that's going to be on Wednesday, Glacier Bay Day, for this guy's 40th. Coco's, some chocolate treats, Dulce Gelato, which is what it is. The Garden Cafe, I plan to spend a lot of time there in the off hours, and I love me a good buffet, and I've seen some of the videos that lay out some of the stuff carried here. So
the buffets are great on this ship. I love them. I hope that it will be a different chef, head chef, because it's been a couple years since I've been on the ship, but I don't expect anything drastic to change, and the buffet are top notch.
Yeah. And these next two, interestingly enough, are two that I would be absolutely interested in. But frankly, for this cruise, I'm just kind of like, probably not. And that's La Cucina, which is the Italian restaurant. Le Bistro, French restaurant. Next up, this is the one I'm like,
yes, sir.
I think we're gonna have to hit up, and that's Q Texas Smokehouse. And not only because it's a Texas barbecue restaurant, but because it's also a cowboy nightclub at night. So
yes, they do line dancing in there. Actually,
yeah. So we're probably gonna have to hit that up. Of course, y'all in the lower levels can have standard room service where I'll have a butler.
This guy.
And then, of course, you have the standard main dining room, Savor, Taste. There's three of them. They all of which will have the same menu. So there's no real difference aside from the atmosphere. You've got the bake shop where they've got a lot of delicious treats. The Haven restaurant, private access for guests of the Haven. Sorry, guys, that won't be you. I will be having steak and lobster every night that I'm not having steak at the steakhouse. And then, of course, another main dining room, the Manhattan.
No, he won't.
Won't I, though?
I got a question for you, Mark.
Sure.
You are in the Haven. Congratulations. Have you, or do you have the ability to reserve your places, like for restaurants and shows yet? I believe the Haven guests get to do it prior to everyone else.
We don't even have to do it prior. We have for the shows. First of all, Terrace references the shows. We've got Jersey Boys going on our cruise, as well as possibly 6. I don't know if it's going to officially still be there, but Jersey Boys for sure. The Haven has its own seating in the theater, so
nice.
We don't have to necessarily even make reservations, and that goes the same for the restaurants. The Haven guests have priority seating. We do have the ability to make reservations, and I will. My personal Haven consultant hasn't called yet, and when they do make that call, that's where they find out what kind of fruit do you like, how do you like your, when do you want your bed turned down, when would you like your bubble bath drawn.
They give you like a makeshift rider, huh?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Nice, bro.
Yes.
That's
So I will be making sure that I tell them I want only the red M&Ms.
Yikes. Yikes.
Oh man, we are getting spammed to hell
What
tonight.
is going on?
Dude, what is going on?
They dropping 3 in a row. Like, nah, don't even put that up. What's
Yeah.
going on out
Yeah,
here?
we've seen some of this spamming in the past, but never 3 in. We've got Mike checking in. My homegirl said they made a monkey out of towels on her cruise, and that is a standard that I've heard of on different cruise ships, where your housekeeping will come in and make different animal shapes out of the towels to leave on your bed. Is that true, Tyrus? You've been on many different cruises.
Yes. They
It's awesome.
I mean they do hearts, swans, dogs, bears, you name it. They actually, some of the cruises, I don't think Norwegian has it, but I know Carnival does. They now have a towel making activity on the cruise, and they'll show you how to do all that stuff. And then they sell a book now that shows you how to do the towelagami, if you want to call it that.
Towelagami.
Nice. Well, and speaking of activities on this ship, there are some pretty awesome activities. And those include a racetrack. That's
Two
right.
stories, fellas.
It is
Two
a
stories.
Two-story racetrack.
Slow my boy Tyrus down though.
They throttled me. First of all, I'm a big dude. I weigh over 300. You know what I'm saying? And I fit in this go-kart.
You shouldn't admit that because it does have a weight limit restriction.
Looking like Bowser.
Hey, they didn't ask me, so
Looking like Bowser on Mario Kart.
Exactly. No, I look like Donkey Kong, bro. Like, bro, straight up. I actually fit in this car
with Mario speed.
Man,
Donkey Kong kart with Mario speed.
It's like the straightaway on this track is on the first floor. So when you're shooting out of there, you shoot up to the second floor. That's where you do all your turns where the pitcher was.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're coming back to the straightaway, you're shooting back down to the first floor. And me being a big dude, that's where I caught all my speed. And I hung that. I locked that wheel and made the turn on both ends. And I was full throttle the whole way. And when I got back up to the top, I see dude on the radio, and next thing you know, I get throttled. And I'm like, what the heck, guys? And they're like, we have to slow you down, man. You're going too fast. You know?
And there not just to be clear and fair, there is an additional cost for racing on the Bliss Speedway. It's $15 per person per time. You also have the Perspectives Studio and professional portraits, where you can get some family or friend photos. One of the things about being a part of our group is that one of the packages you have the option to choose includes 10 free photos. So that's kind of cool. You've got mini golf. It's a 5-hole course up on the top of the ship. I plan on doing that a couple times.
Yep.
Laser tag.
It's hard.
Mini golf is hard.
Well, the ship's moving, bro.
Excuses. Okay. So laser tag at about $10 per person. So I'd love to get a nice group of us interested in doing some laser tag, and think that could be a lot of fun, especially at night.
Pew pew pew.
Yeah. That's on the 18th floor, and it was fun.
Top of the ship.
I did it twice. Yeah.
You've got 6, 7, 8 Ocean Place, and they call it 6, 7, 8 because it splits between decks 6, 7, and 8. And amazing chandelier, which I'd love to see in person. The Aqua Park, which looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. A barber shop, so you can go get fitted and cleaned up. Get lined up, boys.
So fresh, so clean.
You've got the Bliss Casino. Probably going to head over, play some blackjack or poker. The theater, of course, we already talked about. The Entourage Teen Club, if you're bringing kids with you. The hair salon for the ladies.
Get your hair did.
If you got your kids coming with you, there is a kids aqua park.
I don't think we'll be doing that in Alaska, but okay.
What, the aqua park?
I heard it's warm.
Yeah, they heat the water, man. I'm doing the tubes. I'm doing the
hell yeah. At least
the
one
aqua
time,
loop, I think is what they call it.
They got a slide that you're standing up and the trap door opens and you fly out the side of the ship and you come back in. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm doing that.
Yes, sir.
Justin got stuck on that, by the way.
I have heard that can happen. I'm hoping that happens to me for fun.
You're like, you go up and then you come right back down, and then they have to open a trap door to let you out.
Yes, I have heard about that.
Awesome.
Too much Tokyo Drift, bruh. So then you've got the Mandara Spa and Salon, which I'm very much looking forward to utilizing. Pulse Fitness Center, you won't see me there. Within the spa, so these are some of the rooms that you have access to if you have a spa pass, such as ya boy. The spa salt room, breathe in the Himalayan salt. The snow room, you're already in Alaska. Do you really need it?
Maybe.
The thermal suite, these tables here, they're heated. Very nice to relax on, I've heard. They, of course, have spa treatment rooms. And then the Splash Academy, that's for the younger ones. The waterfront, this is a very nice area where there's a lot of shopping and some of the like eateries and a lot of seating. So you can just sit, and I expect that's probably where a lot of people are going to hang out on the day where we're going around Glacier Bay.
Yeah.
Vibe Beach Club, that is an additional cost for you guys. In the Haven, we have our own area like this, but where you can go and have some more private access. It's adults only. And then, of course, the video arcade, which I would love to go and whoop Tyrus at some air hockey, just like I did recently when he was up here for a visit. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
gauntlet thrown down.
I got destroyed.
Yeah, there's no gauntlet. I whooped. I mollywomped. Like, I was holding back a little too.
He destroyed me. It's no ifs, ands, or buts, no excuses. I got whooped.
Yes, and I take on all challengers. So
Got
anyone
all up in there,
interested,
huh? All up in there.
anyone interested in a good air hockey challenge, bring it on. The spa is amazing. So much to do. So many different types of massages, and you've got your aroma spa with seaweed. You've got aroma stone therapies. You've got your bamboo, your deep tissue. Just
all the massages.
so many massages, and of course onboard shopping, which is Tyrus.
Yes, sir. You get to buy a lot of things that are not available in the United States if you live in the United States. Of course, yes, at the very top, there is the Park West Gallery. You can buy some art. There's also a auction, and they will actually send some stuff. They'll mail it to your house too. So I've never done the auction, but they have a lot of good stuff in there. The Sandbar is where that will probably be my first stop, where I buy some adult beverages that aren't available in the US.
Let me guess, you're going to get some Hennessy White.
Yes, I'll be getting that and some other things as well. But Hennessy Pure White is the main thing. Like all these galleries, like the photo galleries and the tides, most of these are on the all on one floor, and you're just walking through them while you're walking from one end of the ship to the other. But one of my favorite stops is the time zone. Every cruise, I have a tradition where I buy a watch. And last cruise I was on, I could not buy the watch that I wanted because of supply. So yeah, the supply was low, so I couldn't get it. But you buy nice looking timepieces at a massively discounted price. For instance, my most expensive watch that I have would probably be around $1,500, and I got it for about $250. So,
oh dang.
So yeah.
Well, and I will remind you that it's going to be this guy's 40th, so feel free to buy me a watch. Let's talk about bars and lounges, because there's quite a few of those as well. Again, not going to go to detail. We've done this already. Just going to glaze them. The Atrium Bar, which is kind of in the middle of it all, near where the pub is, near where you might find karaoke, which I'm hoping we've got a karaoke night or two. So that could be fun. You've got the Horizon Lounge, which is near the 10 Forward location, if you will. A pretty awesome spot to kind of look forward and see where you're heading. Another spot I'll probably be hanging out, the Humidor Cigar Lounge, because just outside of the Humidor Cigar Lounge is Maltine's Whiskey Bar. So I will probably be hanging out there, getting some nice whiskeys and smoking some nice cigars. Don't know if you guys are interested, but
not really my thing.
You've got the Mix Bar, which is near the casino, the Observation Lounge, which again is what exactly it sounds like. Skyline Bar, the Social Comedy and Nightclub. So there will be some comedians, and
Nice.
I'll love to go heckle, so that could be fun. Spice H2O is one of the outdoor ones near the aft of the ship. For those of you landlubbers, that's the back of the ship, where they also have a nightclub at night.
Nice.
And you've got a Starbucks on board.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you've got the Studio Lounge, the Sugarcane Mojito Bar. Who doesn't love a nice mojito? The A-List, which is right outside the Comedy Club.
Bartenders don't like nice mojitos. There's no such thing as a nice mojito to a bartender.
Muddling mint.
Oh
Fair
my God.
Fair enough. The Cavern Club, which is where you can regularly see a Beatles cover band play.
Right.
Sellers Wine Bar is exactly what it sounds like. District Brew House, I think that's probably where I'll be spending a lot of the late night hours because that's also attached to the pub.
Yeah.
The Haven Lounge, which I'll be hanging out at a lot. The local bar and grill.
Yep.
And of course, you've got the Vibe Beach Club where you can pay extra for adults only, and they'll bring your drinks to your cabana if you get there early enough to get one. And of course, the Waves Pool Bar, which is right there out on the open.
At the
Did
pool.
they get rid of Margaritaville?
Yes, Margaritaville has been turned into Sugarcane Mojito Bar.
Ah.
Likely they didn't want to pay Jimmy Buffett anymore for the rights.
Yeah.
They had some good food there. Like, yeah.
Oh well.
You'd have to pay for it though, but yeah, they give you a huge plate of nachos, and when you're a little hungover and you still got a lot of cruise left.
Nachos are so good.
It's the spot, man.
Nachos, they're mine.
Wow.
And of course, excursions. We're not going to go into detail. There's a ton of excursions at each of the stops that we're going to. We've done episodes on each of these.
Each of the
Please
stops. Yes, go check them out.
Go give those a watch over on YouTube.
Fun connection.
But this cruise is going to be fun. This is probably the last time we're really going to hype up joining the cruise, because in less than or just about 2 weeks, you won't be able to join our group anymore. So you're not going to enjoy those additional benefits and perks and discounts that come along with being a part of our group. So, we'll obviously hype it up as we get excited just before we go on the cruise. But really,
by all means, come by on your own and say what's up to us. If you still want to go, or you just can't do it right now, you're still more than welcome to come through.
Yeah. You can sign up. As long as it's not sold out. And from everything I'm hearing, these cruises are at best 60% capacity on cruise day. So, right now this cruise is probably somewhere around 30 to 40% capacity. So that's part of why the prices are so good. So please, by all means, if you can't get in as a part of our group, which means you need to sign up by no later than probably the next 2 weeks, December 1st, I would say is the absolute latest. That's okay. You can still sign up after that. It's just you won't be officially a part of the Fat and Black Cruise connection.
But you will be on the cruise, so you can be like, "Hey guys, I saw you on the podcast show, and I wanted to join your group, but I missed it. So therefore, I have bought my own ticket, and I've come to see you."
Yeah, and we are planning, to do some kind of fun stuff. We're looking into doing some potential group shore excursions, some group dining at some of the nice restaurants, and we're also looking at doing potentially a live, in-person interactive broadcast.
What?
Yes, where we do a Fat and Black connection live, bring on special guests such as Fatter and Blacker.
Yours truly.
So, So yeah, I don't have much else to touch on. Tyrus, what's going on with you? Anything for you to plug?
Um, Not really. I am just recuperating right now, but I am very happy about Murphy's Inc. coming out, and
And
of
you're gonna go
course we
see
got
Wakanda Forever.
I will see Wakanda Forever this weekend because
And
I
so, have you listened to episode 1 of Murphy's Inc? Did you catch the live
yes,
broadcast on KMBC?
I did not catch a live broadcast, and like you said, I was also not at
Listening party.
the listening
Oh, I
party.
didn't say you weren't there.
Yeah, you pointed at me. I wasn't there. I apologize. I was a little floored getting
He
used to
was
my
out.
medication.
He
I
was
was
out
out
Laid
on his
out.
cold.
meds.
Out
Laid out.
cold, man.
Like I
and
knocked out.
but yeah, Murphy's Inc. The majority of my family plans to tune in. On their most of them are going to be listening through Spotify. So when they start streaming, they're going to be on that. Um,
Tell him
so
to listen through iHeart or Apple Podcast.
oh, okay. I'll throw that at them. Tell them to
Yeah.
go through Apple or something. But
I don't care. I'm just playing.
I'll do whatever. You know what? Hey, if it
iHeart.
helps, it helps.
iHeart helps. iHeart
iHeart
is the
helps.
one because they have their own individual podcast awards. So that
Oh,
would
yeah.
be the
Okay,
one.
yeah, I'll definitely ask them to go through iHeartRadio then, and of course, even though I've already listened to it, I will listen to it again through iHeart just to support our project. I can say our now.
Yes, you can.
And aside from that, you never know. I look forward to this project and the many future projects that we have spoken about. That I really can't say much to. What are you
Sorry.
doing?
That was accidental. I didn't know it just started playing.
Oh,
I,
I'm sorry.
I thought Mark was queuing something up here.
Aren't you the guy that made sure before we started the show saying, no, my phone's turned off. Don't worry about it.
No, it was the sound for my ringer and vibrate is off. I just went to iHeart and it started playing. I didn't know it did that.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the iHeart app and it just started playing and I was like, yo, that wasn't supposed to happen. I was just trying to anyways.
But from
sorry
everyone
about
else,
that.
if we already haven't said it, everyone, if you celebrate, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And
if you don't, go back to where you came from. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, have a wonderful holiday season.
Mark's about to get canceled.
Thanksgiving is kicking it off. I plan to spend it with family.
Good.
I am blessed to actually have Thanksgiving off this year, and
Nice.
aside from the
By
collision,
force?
I would no. I actually had it off this year.
Oh,
which
nice.
is-
Yeah.
I have enough seniority to request
Nice.
holidays off as part of
that's
my
good.
schedule. So I did
Yeah,
that.
I'm actually Thursdays are one of my regular days off, so I will be off for that, but I will be working Christmas and Christmas Eve, so but it's all good. I have no problem with that. I get off early enough to where I go in late enough and I go in early and get off early enough to where I'll be able to do some stuff afterwards and before.
And actually, with that being mentioned, something we didn't talk about that we really needed to discuss for a couple of minutes.
Oh yeah, wow.
We here at the Fat and Black Connection are going to be taking part in a Christmas tradition,
Hold on.
if you will.
Hey, hold on, Mark. You're
lagging,
getting
bro.
choppy again.
Oh no.
You're getting choppy again. Well, here, okay. So what he was trying to say is that here at the Fat and Black Connection, we are going to be taking a part in something that a lot of other podcasts do, and that is the 25 days of what is it, Podsmas? I think that's what it was called. And so we will basically be each day starting December 1st all the way through Christmas Day. We will be having individual we'll be doing stuff together, like our regular shows. We'll be doing a couple of other things together, but we will be taking on individual topics throughout the month. So make sure you tune in every day from December 1st all the way through Christmas, 8 p.m. We will be dropping new content every day for you. From the Fat and Black Connection, your fat friend and your black friend will be dropping things. And actually, our fatter, blacker friend, he might even be getting in on this with us.
Yeah, we will. These will drop every day right around 8 p.m. Pacific. And some of them will be live, some of them will not. And we will, be taking on different topics, such as talking about our favorite Christmas songs, our favorite Christmas movies, memories of different events revolving around Christmas time. And yeah, we'll have a lot of fun with it, especially during the season. Feel free to send us all of your questions, comments, thoughts on Christmas, because the last Fat and Black Connection live episode, and we will keep doing our Wednesdays live, that last episode on Wednesday the 21st, it's going to be all about you, the questions, the stories, everything that you submit and share with us. So please make sure that you start sending those into the Facebook page, because
it's the one time the show will actually be about you.
Yeah, because otherwise it's about us and what we find interesting. So
this one will be about you.
Yeah, I guess once a year it's okay to give back.
Right around the holidays.
So James, you got any last minute closing thoughts before we bounce out of here?
No, the only thing I really wanted to say was have a very happy Thanksgiving. Be thankful for the things you got. Be thankful for the family you got, because nothing's ever promised. But I'm thankful for the two of you. I love you guys like brothers. You know that. And so with that, happy Thanksgiving to you, Tyrus, and happy Thanksgiving to you, Mark.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And of course, for me, I've got nothing to say to either of you. There's no words. So we'll just leave it at that.
Oh man.
No, obviously, Thanksgiving Eve, I appreciate the hell out of the people I've worked with this last year. There are so many that I've had the opportunity to meet and get to know, from the cast and crew at Murphy's Inc., the cast and crew over at Secrets of Heritage House, the cast and crew over at Radio Story Hour. Just working on so many different projects, reconnecting with friends from the past. One of the beautiful things about the advent of social media has been being able to reconnect with people that you may have lost connection with.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing just this last week or so, seeing a friend, an acquaintance from high school that I hadn't seen pretty much since high school. It's good to know that people are still out there living life, enjoying life. And I'm just thankful for the opportunities, the blessings, thankful for my family, especially my wife and kid. And yeah, so, like I said, I've got no words for the two of you, because there's nothing I could say that would equal how I feel towards the two of you.
He trying to hit us in the feels, man.
Is he?
Either that or it's a backhanded compliment.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I was about to say. That's what I was like. Is he? Is he really?
I guess that'll be for you to figure out.
I'll take. We'll take it as a good thing.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
let's go with that. That's how Tyrus took it, clearly. So
yeah,
and clearly James was going the other way with it. So
that's why I was like, really?
Well, anyways, I think it's time. It's 2 hours.
Yeah,
I think it's time to call it good. What do you think?
I say we cut it.
it's been fun, guys.
We'll see y'all next week.
It has been fun. I just wish it had been real fun. See ya.